Is your city a sinkhole? This is Monday, March 10th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for starting off your week with the Texas Minute. Regents at the Texas A&M University system have named a new chancellor, which will shake up the lineup of statewide officials in 2026. More on that coming up. A teacher in the Corpus Christi area has been arrested after admitting he had sexual contact with a 17-year-old female student. 24-year-old Austin Barron has been the head girls basketball coach in Robstown ISD's high school, in addition to teaching social studies, government, and history. The district issued a statement without naming Barron, in which it was indicated he'd been placed on administrative leave. State records show Barron doesn't hold a Texas teaching certificate. Building on recent efforts to curb extremist gender ideology in higher education, one lawmaker is seeking to prohibit instruction on pronouns that don't align with biological sex. Republican State Representative Joanne Schaffner of Nacogdoches has introduced legislation prohibiting instruction on the non-biological use of gender pronouns at state colleges and universities. While the ban wouldn't apply to student organizations per se, universities wouldn't be allowed to use taxpayers' dollars to fund any student group promoting incorrect gender pronouns. Back in 2023, legislators passed Senate Bill 17, which banned DEI offices and policies in the state's public universities. While it didn't prohibit specific courses or teachings, lawmakers have since signaled their intent to take the next step in combating what they call, quote, woke indoctrination. The Texas A&M Board of Regents on Friday announced that Comptroller Glenn Hegar was their sole finalist for the chancellorship of the institution. If everything stays on track, Hegar will replace the retiring John Sharp. Now, here's what's interesting. Sharp was the state's last Democrat comptroller in the late 1990s. In fact, he was the last Democrat to hold statewide office. He's been the chancellor of A&M for 14 years. Among other things, the chancellor oversees the operations of the university system's 11 campuses. Hegar graduated from A&M in 1993 and has served in the Texas House, the Texas Senate, and now is the state comptroller. Under state law, the regents must now wait 21 days before they can officially name Hegar to the job. It's unclear when Hegar would step down after that from his statewide elected position as comptroller, but when that happens, the governor will be required to name a replacement to fill the remainder of the unexpired term. No sooner had Hegar's name been announced than incumbent Railroad Commissioner Christy Craddock immediately announced her 2026 candidacy for the GOP nomination for comptroller. Former State Senator Don Huffines then also announced his run for the office. That primary will be a year from now in early March 2026. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Are you worried about your kid's future? You should be. I'm Charles Blaine with Texas Tomorrow. This is a show where we're going to talk about the issues and the people that are pushing the policies that concern your family, your home, and your kids. Catch Texas Tomorrow every Thursday.
A report from Truth in Accounting reveals while 3 of Texas's biggest cities are in solid financial shape, 5 are struggling. In this new report, Dallas was ranked among the bottom 10 least fiscally healthy cities in the country, called sinkholes because they don't have enough money to pay their bills. The other Texas sinkhole cities include Austin, Fort Worth, El Paso, and San Antonio. On the other hand, Plano, Arlington, and Corpus Christi were designated as sunshine cities for having their fiscal affairs in order. Meanwhile, Truth in Accounting studied 8 of Texas's largest cities and found their cumulative debt is a steep $37.45 billion. Austin had the highest amount of debt, owing $9.8 billion. You can find the details of this story and the others mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. If you enjoyed the Texas Minute, please consider giving us a rating on your podcast app. And if you have time, leave a review. This is the easiest way to help other people find the show. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Nick Shepard and based on the original reporting of Aaron Anderson, Beller Munoz, Sidney Henry, and Robert Montoya. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Let's go make it a great week.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.